we're so thrilled because we have two very special gentlemen here in the studio with us. We have Andrew and Reece Bowan. They are the stars of the new Autism Speaks commercial, Lifetime of Difference.
Yeah.
You guys deliver that emotional punch at the end. We're going to show it in a couple of minutes, but we showed it last week as well.
Yeah.
You do an amazing job in this film. It's a mini film. It's a commercial, but it is a mini film. It shows, it kind of depicts a child across a lifetime and what a difference early intervention makes. And I know the first time I watched it, I said, "Oh, this is lovely. I love what they did." And then the real kicker was to find out that you, the actors, have a real life story that has to do with autism.
Yeah.
So first of all, welcome.
Thank you very much for
Andrew,
having
the
us.
dad, and Reece, the son.
Hello.
And Reece, how old are you?
15.
15 years old, because in the ad, I was even thinking it was college graduation.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, because, like, you know, they aged me and stuff for it. That I think that, you know, if whatever has the most impact for a person, I think it's actually kind of cool that some people could take it as college or high school, because either one of them is just a huge thing for parents with, you know, kids on the spectrum. So.
But you sell that. You look like a very mature young man who's graduating from whatever. It's a fabulous moment. But you are real life dad and son. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Reece, you were diagnosed with autism?
Yep.
How old were you when you were diagnosed?
He was diagnosed when he was just about 4.
4, okay.
And
which is the average age, we understand.
Yeah.
Of course, that the whole purpose of that ad is that we're trying to get to a younger age.
Right.
But diagnosed at 4. So Andrew, tell us a little bit about what that was like for you as a dad when he was diagnosed. He's your oldest child?
He's our first and our oldest. We had he's got brother and sister that are twins that are 2 years younger than him. So we actually, you know, even when the twins were born, we still didn't really know. I mean, Reece was, you know, it was, again, with every kid, it's so different.
Absolutely.
You know, Reece had great eye contact and he was very social, but, you know, he had a pretty strong speech delay. Okay. And it was just little stuff. And, you know, I think as a parent, you know, you also just, it's almost like you don't want to, you know. Not that we didn't do that, but we kept on, you know, digging and trying to figure out what was out there and what was going on. And eventually, we decided to, you know, get him seen and we got him diagnosed. Because at the time, you got to remember, this is like 2002. There wasn't what you have today. Yeah. I mean, for us, there was nothing out there. You didn't have shows like this. You didn't have these websites that could give you all this information.
Absolutely.
So, you know,
I think Autism Speaks was just starting or hadn't quite
like
started.
They had done like maybe 2 walks. I mean, I remember us doing the first walks. And so, you know, it was at that point that, you know, my wife and I just, you know, you became advocates. You got to become almost the teacher. And we just researched everything and did everything in our power to sort of, you know, say, you know, we're going to do everything we can to give him the best shot and what he needs. And so, and I mean, we ended up, you know, seeing an osteopath, and we did thermal brain scans. We had, you know, we wanted to do it a sort of a natural approach first, and but he had, you know, 30 hours of ABA and speech therapy a week, plus he was going to school, and he was just a superstar. And I mean, you know, on top of that, I mean, the real credit goes to Reece because he just did it. You know, I mean, there was a time when, you know, he was taking natural supplements because we put him on a casein and gluten-free diet, which was huge for him. Yeah. I mean, he literally started talking like 2 weeks later. He didn't really speak any words until he was 5.
It's so important for parents to hear that. Yeah. I know there's a lot of controversy around GFCF, and we know that it doesn't have that much of an impact on every single child,
Every
right?
child is different, yeah.
But for the kids that do have an impact from it, sometimes it's huge.
Yeah.
And you described that it wasn't talking or barely talking, and then went on the diet and saw sort of lights came on in terms of speech. Big change.
And it helped his stomach issues, and but again, you know, I mean, that's the thing too that, you know, I always try to say, and my wife too, that there's no one answer. There's you've got to try everything, and basically, you know, it's the combination of stuff that ends up working well for some and not for others, you know. And we just found what worked for Reece, and when something didn't work, we went to the next one and we added that in. But he went through it. I mean, he was like 9, taking like literally 30 vitamin supplements a meal.
Yeah.
And he's good at taking pills now. Yeah. And then, he was the one who just, kept on pushing forward and we just, you become their advocates, and Renee and I are Reece's advocates, and we always will be. And now it's just, he's so surpassed.
He's remarkable. I mean, let's say it. He's remarkable. You
and
are
very
remarkable.
handsome.
And he is very handsome. And we're gonna take a break to watch the commercial, but just to give people an idea, you're 15 years old. You're in high school, and what are your interests, Reece?
I have an interest in computers.
Yeah. And I hear you're incredibly good at them.
Oh yeah. Some people might not understand it, but many people in my school know me very well about that stuff.
It's incredible. And you were telling me before that you work on a really fast computer. You were using words that I don't even begin to understand. How fast is your computer?
For those techie geeks out there, that it has a 3.4 gigahertz speed, and I'm running a GeForce GTX 660 graphics card on it.
Yeah, a bunch of Greek.
Which he built, basically. I mean, he wanted to have a fast computer, and so they didn't really have it out there. So he researched all the parts. We had all the parts shipped, and then I think there's pictures of it there. There's all the parts shipped, and then 2 hours later, he's got this.
Wow.
Basically, the Starship Enterprise in his room. And it's amazing. It's amazing. So, and he's, and right now, because he's so, comfortable, like tech seems to be his language.
Right.
He's already been doing tech support too for like people around, in Santa Clarita where we live, where he'll go in and
consult and help them.
Get rid of viruses, upgrade software.
I needed you last night, Reece. We have a new laptop, and I was trying to get Word downloaded onto it, and I couldn't figure it out because it's a new computer. And I was saying, why don't we have someone that we can just call? So I'm going to have to make sure I get your number so I can have you consult with
Call
us.
Blue Wizard.
There we go.
That's the man.
And so that's what you're called, Blue Wizard.
Well, that's your.
That's my username.
Okay.
That's like my.
That's your Twitter handle.
Like my little character name.
Okay, it's your
my character
branding.
name.
It's your branding.
My branding.
Blue Wizard. I love it.